Morning! We've just parked up at High Row and we're gonna do Great Dodd and Clough Head today. So we've just left the car park at High Row, walked up the track about a quarter of a mile with Cockley Moor to our right here. Shortly we'll find a little stream a little bit further up there. We cross that stream and then we head up onto the fell side. Coming down off the main road was pretty much like this, so I hope the forecast is as what it says and that it's going to thaw this afternoon, otherwise we might be here for the rest of the week. So yeah, just me and Billy today. We're at the ford where we cross here. You can either cross on the ford here or you can use the little footbridge there if it's too deep here. So we cross the ford here and we turn left, start heading up the fell side. Look at this. Once we get to that signpost, I think we're going to be a little bit safer because this is treacherous. Come on, Billy lad. Right, we're off that ice thankfully. There's a bit of snow on there, on the Dodds and on Clough Head, but there's not too much further down. There's Great Melfell there, to the right of me. So that's Great Dodd ahead of me. Where we're heading now, we're going to do a nice circular route. It's about 8 miles. From Great Dodd we're going to go to Clough Head. From Clough Head we're going to go down a small hill called White Pike, which will bring us back down onto the old coach road, not too far away from High Row where we parked. Just if you were wondering about them iced up roads down there and how we get about, I'll give you a run through of my winter car kit. I've just had new winter tyres put on the car last week. The old ones were getting a bit worn. I always carry 10 litres of white rock salt in the back of the car. I've got a shovel in there. If all else fails and I do get stuck, I've got snow socks which go on the tyres like snow chains and they'll hopefully drag me out if I do. I never have had to use them yet. I've put them on the car to see how you get them on. It's a little bit tricky to be honest, but take your time and think about it, you'll get them on. So yeah, although I've never had to use a lot of this gear other than the salt occasionally, kind of gives you a bit more confidence. And I drive like a snail. I walk a bit like one too. Dodd ahead of us on our route. The little bump over there is Carfow Pike. And we're going to go along the ridge onto Clough Head here. down the ridge. The little peak on the end of Clough Head's called White Pike. We're going to go down that ridge, back onto the old coast road, back to the car. That's Blencathra behind Clough Head. Northwestern Fells, Caldale Horseshoe. Getting a bit of Spindrift blowing in now. It's wild. It's going to be fun up here. Yeah, so the final push now onto Great Dodd. Steep, the final push. I'm hoping to get up there before the weather comes in, because I think we're going to get some spectacular views of the Helvellyn range. Great Dodd and Clough Head are the last two fells on the range. After Clough Head you drop into the valley, the A66, Threlcow, and then you're back up onto Blencathra. It's also got a huge list of other classifications. It's too wild to work them out. It's crazy hard getting up there. Deep snow, wild on the top here. There's Helvellyn ahead of me. And around. We're going down there where it's safe. Oh, the fells are wild. No blue sky day today. This is what I like. This is what we live for. Billy's freezing up again. Hey, Billy! Rockstar! In his element! So we're in the summit shelter on Great Dodd. It's absolutely bonkers up here. The ascent up at the side was hard. There was a lot of deep snow there. Spindrift was hard. Visibility was kind of down to zero. I'm pleased there's a shelter up here because this hill is just brutal when you get this kind of weather. It's calmed off a little bit, but every now and again it just comes in crazy spindrift. Like now. Absolutely epic. There's the rock star in his element. Got a little bit of ice on his face there. Got his jacket on today. Yeah, just had a loud treat, haven't you? Frozen up a little bit, but we'll get moving in a minute after we've had a coffee. Oh, we love it. Time to get off this hill now. It's wild. Wind's probably about 50 miles an hour. Spindrift's like glass. I have got my goggles if I need them, but I don't like goggles. So it's back to the summit and then down to Clough Head. There's a little bit of sunlight over there now, looking beautiful. There's Blencathra and Skidder. There's Clough Head down there. Looks a bit nicer than up here. I'm going to get blown over. In fact, I'm going to get blown off this mountain if this wind doesn't ease up. Get over here to the footpath. Keep off that steep ground. Come on, Billy lad. It's a beast. half-hour pike over there. It's another route, it's another Wainwright en route if you're interested, but we're going to bypass it on the path below it and get over Clough Head and get back down. As you can see, that weather's coming now. It's coming from the west. Whew. It's nice to get down in this col because that wind on Great Dodd, I think, was touching 60 mile an hour at least. It blew me over a couple of times. We had to sit it out a couple of times, but I've just spoke to a guy who's just come off Clough Head and he says Clough Head's okay. Summit, 726 metres to Wainwright, Burkitt, a Nuttall, a Hewitt and a Hump, and there's Blencathra across the valley with Skidder. Nowhere near as wild as it was on Great Dodd, although it is still pretty wild up here. We're going to head to White Pike and then back down to the car. White Pike down there, 627 metres. We're going to head off this path to the right of us, which will take us back into the valley and then onto the old coach road. There's an old abandoned coach down here. We're going to stop there. We're going to have our dinner. Well, I am. I don't know what Billy's going to do because he's just about heading up White Pike there, but you know, he is a bit of a bagger. I can't stop him. He's already been up there. Look at Blencathra. Epic. Great Dodd, where we just came from. And the ridge we went up. Yeah. What a day. I really don't know what temperatures is up here, but I can hardly speak. My mouth's freezing up. Cheeks are frozen. I would say it's probably about wind chill's about -10, something like that. So yeah, we just head off this path, just over this brow a little bit. We should be able to see the old coach, unless it's been moved. I won't be very happy if it has. It's the only place we're going to get any shelter. There it is. There it is down there. I don't know whether you can see it, just round there. See you down there. And here we are at the old coach. It's like an oasis. Whew. Time for some respite and some dinner. Oh, that's heaven. I'll show you the accommodation, it's lovely. Look at this. Beautiful. 5-star. So from here, we're just going to head down onto the old coach road. Just down there. And then we're going to plod along the road about 2 miles back up to the car park at Hyro, which is up there in the distance where them trees are. Hopefully things might have defrosted down there a bit and we can get the car out. It's a pile of crap in here. Feels like it's gonna blow over. Billy's petrified, he won't come in. Right, we're going down to the river. Don't like it in here. Bloody horrible. Come on, Billy. Back down on the old coach road now. About 500 yards up this road where we crossed the fence, there's a little bridge. We're going to have our dinner there because, yep, we still haven't had our dinner. We left that horrible old coach because it looked like it was going to blow down and Billy was scared of it, so we didn't hang about. So we're going to go and sit down by the river and have our dinner down there. We've got about 1.5 miles from the bridge and then we're back up to the car. Spin you around, let you see Great Dodd again because it's looking bleak again. There she is. God knows what kind of day it must have been on Helvellyn. Anyone on Striding Edge today, my God, they must have suffered. I love this kind of weather, but I do pick my mountains. Great Dodd and Clough Head. There is no ridiculously steep ground, no dangerous ground on there, so you can just have an epic snowy Arctic kind of day without the need of risking your life. Here's that little bridge, we're coming up to it now. It's got a name but I forgot it. I shall put it down here later. There it is. Slippy. I'm almost back at the car now at Hyro. I'm going to wrap my video up. The walk's about 8 miles in total. It's been a wild day on the fells, sometimes a brutal day, but every day is a good day on the hills. So yep, I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you like my video, please think about subscribing. Try and help my channel along a bit. As you've probably realised, those that haven't subscribed, me, Tracy and Billy are out on the fells quite a lot. So yeah, there'll be plenty of updates coming. Plenty of adventures.